Hello, I forgot how this goes. I'm Saffron,
And I'm Sora.
and welcome to Strangers in Fiction, episode 13, featuring Jeffrey. Oh, he's having a
Jeffrey,
rough
it's
time.
okay. It's okay, sweetie. You're okay.
How are you both?
We're good. Right, Jeffrey?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm better, thank you for asking. It's been quite some time, recordings-wise. I mean, through the magic of the editing suite, it's only been 2 weeks, but I think it's technically been nearly a month. And I'm sure that a lot has happened to the both of us in this period of time. I bet you neither of us are going to remember anything. And we're going to go, okay, this has been a short episode.
Yep. Yep.
But that's okay.
That's fine.
That's okay. Have you been doing much writing since I last saw you?
I have not been doing much writing. I've been doing a little writing. Okay. I don't remember
Better than none?
Yeah, I don't remember if I was, like, almost finished with Chapter 5 the last time we talked, or if I hadn't worked on it in a while again, but I realized that I'm still not finished solving all of the problems with the problematic subplot, so I'm back to that now.
It's like you've buried yourself in a maze somehow, and you had the map, but you decided that you were going to go in with the pen again.
So
And that's okay.
yeah, it looks like that, absolutely. It feels like that, absolutely. But it's really just that I had not solved all of the problems yet. And I just hadn't tested it to the point that I could figure out that the problems that I'm trying to solve now were still problems, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay. Cool.
So, have you been, like, actively working through that, or is that something where you've gone, do you know what? Not today.
I've been actively, obsessively working on it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is a little tired right now. It's because I've been talking through it out loud, basically constantly. For weeks now. Yay.
Have you been recording it for yourself?
Yes. Yes.
That's good.
I don't bother talking out loud without recording it. Unless I'm just, muttering to myself in the kitchen while doing dishes. And listening to music.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, do you listen back to them?
Sometimes.
Ever?
Sometimes. Okay. But mostly when I do my rambles or I'm recording something that I'm speaking aloud, it's mostly just to actually do the activity of talking through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely helps to verbalize things sometimes, because if you're rereading things, you just... I find that I, just know that what it says. So why would I keep actually reading it and taking it in? Do you ever, rewrite it?
I've done that a couple of times. Yes. The one time that I'm thinking of, and I can't remember another example, actually, but I wrote out a short story in one journal, and I had never done that before, where I wrote it from beginning to end without skipping around, so that was really weird. And then I switched to a new journal, and I rewrote it so that it would be neat and legible, and I incorporated the notes and edits that I made in the first journal. So yes, I did completely redraft something one time.
Why never again?
Well, that was a fucking pain in the ass. And I just haven't had a reason to ever again. I have basically quit writing by hand. And the reason I did write by hand previously is that it was faster because I'd had more practice writing by hand than typing. But then I was like, I have to type it up anyway. I might as well just do the modern thing and switch to computers. And then I typed millions of words, and now I'm a lot faster at typing than I am handwriting. So it all worked out.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I couldn't tell if you were a handwritten person or not.
I used to be, like, staunchly, like, determinedly, I'm quirky and I write by hand.
That's funny. Uh,
Yeah.
have you tried writing with a typewriter recently?
No, but I want to. I want to get a
Fucking hell.
typewriter.
Yeah, I think that you would notice a difference in your hand muscles. If you think about ergonomic keyboards and how easy it is to type on a keyboard, I tried typing on a typewriter a little while ago. Fuck me, was that a workout? I don't know what the deal was. I don't know if writers were taking steroids or doing hand exercises. I don't know. But typewriters are not for the weak. Jeffrey knows.
Jeffrey
He
does
gets
know.
it. He gets
I
it.
love you, sweetie. You're
It's
okay.
like, try having pause and using a typewriter. Also, the amount of mistakes that I'd make. Because I go to write words. I can't type Instagram. Because I type the word idiosyncrasy so much. I type idiosyncrasy instead of Instagram.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know if there's some psychological thing. Or if it's laziness. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about either, but I have a couple words that I'll do that with sometimes too. So you're not alone in your weird typing word substitution thing.
Good. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Okay.
Have you read anything recently?
I have.
What have you been reading?
I started the third book of the Servants of the Moon and Sun series by
That's exciting.
Joel Flanagan Granneman, and I'm only a couple chapters in, but I'm excited to see where that goes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're enjoying it because
Yeah.
you seemed happy when you were talking about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I waited it feels like I waited a really long time between reading the first book and reading the second book and reading the third book, the second book and the third book. So yeah, it's taking me a minute to get into it.
Jeffrey, I love you. Can you please not? Please not. Thank you.
I'm so glad that Paisley's not bothered by the sound. My dad's dog, one of his two dogs, if he sees or hears another dog, he goes batshit insane and crazy. And she's just like, whatever.
Well, she can tell it's a fake dog. You know, like when they're on the computer.
fake dog?
Yeah, when they're on the computer, it's not a real dog. There's no smell.
Oh.
It's not like a real object in space. It's not a real dog. It's a fake
Are
dog.
you not a real human?
I'm not a real human.
I knew it. You're too funny to be a real human.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So do you think you spent quite a lot of time between reading each of the books in the Servant series because you've been reading stuff for this, or like reading? I know you were doing research reading for your own work. Has that like staggered your flow of the series? Do you think?
I mean, yeah, I have been way more ADHD recently about my reading habits than usual. Normally, I will start a series, read through the series. I'll start a book, I'll read through the book. And I have not been doing that recently. I have DNF'd something. I'm not going to talk about it because, like, I don't want to just bash things for the sake of bashing things, but I did not enjoy this thing that I DNF'd. And that's the second time I've ever done that, where I was like, nope, I'm not finishing this book. Put it down forever.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I actually may come back and finish it. I couldn't get into it.
That's
But,
fine.
Yeah. What else? Where was I going with that? Right. Normally, I will read things chronologically. I'll stick with one thing and do the thing until it's finished. And I haven't been doing that recently. I've been all over the place. And I've been interrupting myself in the middle of a series to go read something else. And yeah, it's been chaos. And it's been fun. You know, I'm enjoying it. I don't read all that often. And I'm glad that I have been reading more often recently than might otherwise be normal.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm a chaos reader. Maybe I've rubbed off on you a little bit.
Maybe.
So without revealing which book it was, because I'm not going to get you to do that, what are some things that have made you put a book down? Because I know that you really don't do that very often.
Yeah.
What are like absolute no-goes for you?
Jeffrey. It's okay, sweetie.
You sounded like a ghost.
Absolute no-goes. When people refer to each other in dialogue by their first name for the sake of exposition, that's not something that people do. So that's a really big pet peeve of mine, and I know a lot of writers will notice that and will be really bothered by it, and a lot of non-writers will notice it and be bothered by it, and they might not be able to identify why that's something that irritates them. They'll just know it's not very good. Because it doesn't sound natural. It doesn't sound like a person talking to another person. It sounds like a cardboard cutout delivering exposition to a reader.
Was that the main thing about this particular book that bothered you?
No, there were some other things. Like, I didn't know what it was about. At the end of chapter 3, I was like, okay, what is the plot? Can you give me a hint, a clue, something, please? And you know, I had an idea of like what the story was saying the plot was, but there were hints that were also dropped that it's like, that's not really the plot. The plot is something else. And I was like, okay, I'd like to know what the something else is now, please. I don't like to be strung along. I don't like mysteries. I don't like things where it's like you have to wait a very long time to figure out what's actually going on. It's like, no, please just inform me. I should know everything that the author knows, you know? So, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I was just curious. Because I know that, like, I have put down so many books. If I'm halfway through and I've not been excited, I can't keep going with it. Especially if it's a long book as well. I just think, oh, I tried. I try harder with indie books because I know sometimes they're going off not all the time, sometimes going off the beaten path, and I'm like, let me give them a non-traditional rhythm check. And sometimes it pays off, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, this was actually great and worth the wait. But sometimes I just think, I can't keep going with this. This could have been an email. Do you know what I mean? Like, this didn't need to be a whole meeting. And that's fine. And it's like that with both trad and indie books as well. It's not just indie books, but yeah, I've got no problem with not wasting my time. Because books are there to be for me, they're there to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
And if I'm not enjoying it, then it's just fucking work. And why am I doing that for free? I've paid for it as well.
Yeah.
Muggins. What a mug. I will always read like arcs and betas all the way through, even if I don't particularly like them. There have been a couple where people have asked me to read things and I've just completely forgot to do it. This was like right at the beginning, before I started the website, before I started the podcast. And I still have them, and I think it's been a year and they've not asked me again. I feel like I should probably do something about that. And I said yes to so many recently that I am now drowning in it like a fucking idiot. People go, oh, it's only 200 200 pages that we find. I'm like, I could do that in a night. And then I get stressed. That's me. So I've stopped saying yes for now, because I can't. I'm just about going to scrape by with the deadlines that I've got with these, and I'm like, I don't get paid for this. I'm doing it because I'm kind and I want to do it and I care about these people.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? I go to bed and I go, oh, here we go. Whew, I can do this. Just 3 hours of reading. it's just tiring. I keep waking up really tired because I'm like, I've got to get X amount of words. I keep saying words, X amount of pages read, otherwise I'm never going to get it done on time. Which is stupid. Stress reading. Wouldn't recommend it. I don't do well with deadlines because I'm like, oh, I know that I've got 2 weeks left, and then a week goes by and I think, oh shit, I've only got a week, I've got to read 500 pages. Anyway. That's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. I mean, lesson learned. We don't overcommit ourselves.
I'm going to do it again. I won't learn from this.
Do you need me to tell you to stop?
It won't work.
Okay.
If people tell me what to do, I find it very hard not to tell them to fuck off. I find it really hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What will happen is, I'll just about scrape through by the skin of my teeth. And I go, well, I did it, so I can do it again.
Yeah, of course.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I spent 6 months crying, but I did it. I know I can, so guess who's doing it, but twice as hard? Me. Anyway. That's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am excited for... I'm not going to say who it is, but somebody reached out to me over Twitter on one of the posts about strangers in fiction, and they basically asked me to think about doing an audiobook recording. I was like, hell yeah, that's something I actually was thinking about doing just for funsies, and possibly to make money a few years ago independently. I was like, what a fucking coincidence, So I still need to read the book that they want me to record, but I have it, and I'm excited. I'm really worried that I'm not gonna like it.
You know what? I know who it is, and I know the book, and I don't know if you'll like it, because I find it very hard to understand what you actually like. You tell me, in no uncertain terms, what you like. I still can't get it.
Okay.
That's not on you, that's on me. Because I'll read pretty much anything. They will be really understanding and super, super okay with it if you're like, do you know what? I don't think I can.
Okay.
They are one of the nicest people that I've ever met on the internet.
Well, yeah,
very nice.
That tracks.
Super supportive and lovely, lovely person.
Okay.
So, yeah. I really hope that you like it.
Me too.
Because firstly, the cover of the book is sick. The author is awesome. But that's very exciting.
Right? Yeah.
What a lovely compliment. Right. Somebody was like, I like your voice so much, I want to hear you read my book. Isn't that nice?
This is
what a compliment.
Just about the nicest thing you can say about somebody's voice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You'll have to let me know how you feel about it. Because I think it would be cool to perhaps talk about it in more depth.
Yeah.
Maybe on here.
Maybe.
Would be nice.
That could be cool.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, that's very exciting. When I saw that exchange, I was like, oh, I love seeing stuff like this happening. It makes me so happy.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, it's very sweet. Oh, my heart.
Yeah, I'm excited. And now I've said something about it publicly, so that means that I actually do have to read the book. I have to stop putting it off now. So, yeah I'll probably finish Fairy Court in Exile and then read that next.
Yeah, good idea.
But I also have Mother of Exiles, which is the 4th book in the Servants of the Moon and Sun series. That's such a long title.
I think it's the last one of the series.
I'm pretty sure Joel is working on book 5 right now.
He is.
Yeah, I don't know if the story is actually...
Last one of the series available.
Yeah, it is the last one available. I wasn't sure that I was going to read it because it seemed like it was not necessary to the main story, but like just kind of background stuff with side characters. And I was like, I'm not really like... Kanan is a great character. Love him. He's wonderful. But I'm not really super stoked about that. But I was like, oh, damn, if I don't get to know the ending until whenever the next book comes out or the end of the series comes out anyway, I might as well read it. So I bought it.
You know you're probably going to like it.
I'm definitely going to like it.
Might as well just
yeah.
read it.
I might as well. Got nothing better to do except read all of my other books. Yeah.
Welcome to the indie scene. There are too many books.
There
to
really
read.
are. There are too many good books to read.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Have you read anything cool recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
They've all been betas or arcs.
Nice.
That I can't talk about yet.
Right.
But there's one that I'm currently reading that is actually giving me nightmares.
That's really good, though, right?
It's a political book.
Okay.
So it's fictional and it's political. I don't know if the author's going to listen to this, but I will have sent them feedback by the time this goes out.
Okay.
And they told... Can you hear the dog whining?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm not going to stop her. She's cute. I like her little sounds. They wrote it 15 years ago. Or started writing it 15 years ago. Or did they say 2015? I think they said 2015, actually.
Okay.
Basically a long time ago.
A long fucking time ago, yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to have to be really, really careful about how I word this. Because I don't want to get political on this podcast. I don't want to get political on the other podcast. Because there's no point. Because we're all united with our loves of books. And I don't want to ostracize people for having different beliefs than me. That's just how I try and vibe. Yeah. Anyway, there are certain things about certain administrations that I don't want to identify that are concerning to me.
Okay.
And this was written prior to those things ever happening, and almost directly mirrors the catastrophic possibilities of the thing that concerns me about the present day. And I'm reading it and going, this is fucking spooky, because it really mirrors the concerns of many, many people in present day, but it wasn't written recently. And so, like, it's just really fascinating to see this, like, fictional world unravel, and it keeps making me really panic, because it's making me very introspective. And I'm like, that event led to that event, led to that event. And for the first third of the book, no, I'm going to say 40% of the book, I was like, this is just an apocalyptic nightmare. This is stressful to read. Very, very well written. I will say that. It's a very good book, and I'm going to recommend it as soon as I'm allowed to. It is a very good book. Certain people leaning in certain directions perhaps might not like it, because it reads like a political commentary now. However, it was, again, written some time ago. It's just a fucking coincidence that it's similar. And now it's become incredibly fascinating, because I don't want to spoil it, but there's an assumption that I made about where it was going to go, and it went totally differently.
Oh, I love that. So fun.
But, like, not in a way that strung me along. It was like, okay, so I've settled into this, and I'm already really into the plot. And then I've gone, what the fuck? And it's really good, and it's by an author who I've already interviewed before. And I already like their work, and I'm very much excited to say what it is. But I don't know if I can yet. They've advertised that it exists, but I'm gonna just wait, and I'll say it next time. But yeah, it's really bleak. It's really bleak, and I went to bed last night, and I had a hyper-realistic nightmare about missiles, and I felt the explosion and also my body burning in my dream. It was fucking obscene. It was awful, because there's not even that much of that in the book, but I was like, this is actually fucking with me quite a lot. And I think I might provide that as the quote, because they've asked me to send them over a quote for their book as well. And yeah. It's really sticking with. I'm going to finish it tonight, because I can't keep dragging it out. Yeah. Because I need to know that either everything's going to be okay, or that it doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's really good. I'll tell you after this recording. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'll tell you what it is after this recording. But yes, I think it's very good. And I respect this particular writer as well. So it's all just still gravy for me. And I also recently finished this collection of stories. It's like a 3-parter. like 500 pages long. It took me quite a while to read, but I was able to like read it as 3 separate books, sort of, in my head. But they basically followed on like straight after one another, so it was a giant story, but whatever. I talked to you about it before, about the time travel-y one.
Yeah.
So I finished that, and I provided a quote, and they printed it on their cover, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So it is called A Footstep Echo, a complete collection, or the complete collection, by J.D. Sanderson. Awesome dude, fantastic writer. If you like sci-fi stuff, definitely check it out. I am going to be interviewing him on Booked. He's going to be the last episode on Series 1 of Booked. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, so that's very exciting. And then I talked about that, and then I've had 2 more requests for book quotes. I haven't even really published anything other than my little cab story, so I don't know why anyone wants me to, but it's very nice. It's very kind and lovely, so that's nice. Yeah, so I've been balls deep in that, and then...
What was the title again? One more time, what was the title?
A Footstep Echo.
Footstep.
I hope. Otherwise I've got that wrong, and I'll have to, like, crudely dub over it with the correct name.
Well, we can put a link to wherever you can find it in the description. I just wanted to put it on my TBR list for indie books.
Oh, cool. I would recommend, if you're... Because you were like, ooh, 500 pages. If you wanted, like, a smaller sci-fi book of his, after the Syzygy, I thought was really, really good. And it's because of reading that and saying how much I liked it that I even got in contact with him in the first place.
Okay.
So it's spelled Syzygy. So after the Syzygy. I think that's how it's pronounced. I think it's... The word means, like, when planetary bodies align with one another.
Okay.
I think that's what that means. And it's about, without giving too much away, because half of it is, like, the mystery of, like, what's going on. But it's about Earth receiving contact from space.
Okay.
And they're trying to figure out what it means and what it says. And it jumps through time very quickly.
Okay.
And it's like... These scientists discovered this thing during this time, and then 100 years later, they're still trying to figure it out. And so you're not like having to read too much of like, okay, there's a lot of history, but then you get to explore like the possibilities of the future. I think it's really cool.
Okay, yeah, that does sound
it's
really
like
cool.
hopeful and also a bit sad. I really liked it. I only really like indie sci-fi, apparently. I've been enjoying that, and I try and read other sci-fi, and I just think it's just so long and complicated.
Yeah.
But anyway, go check those out. It's really good. And I've also recently finished the second book of a series of... Again, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it. I'm just going to give subtle hints. But it's an author from Idiosyncrasy, and they're also in the Dark Veil Society. And it's the second of their series of books about zombies and things. So that was fun, trying to figure out what was going on there. And then I'm going to be finishing reading a fantasy book that is 400 odd pages long, that will be part of a project that I'm working on. I'm going to say no more about that. And what was the other one? And the arc of the one that you...
Oh, the one?
Actually, the one.
Okay.
That one.
Cool.
That's one. There's another one. Oh, the political one. Oh, I said that already. There was another one somewhere that someone sent me. Oh, a collection of short stories that somebody sent me. I'm sure there's another one. Ooh, I need to check my calendar. Yeah, a lot of those are due this month. Ooh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have to read during the day. I don't normally do that. That's a nighttime activity for me. Mm-hmm. That's a horizontal activity. I can't sit up and read.
See, I hate laying down to read.
Really?
Yeah, because like I can't get comfortable with a book while I'm like, really ever. I can't stay comfortable with a book in any position. You know, you're like hunched over it, or you're like reading sideways, or it's just it's hard to stay comfortable for like 6 to 12 hours at a time without moving.
Yeah, that's true. I do roll around like a gas station hot dog. I'm not like laying in one position. I'll sometimes I'll have it like this. Like, I hold it like this above my face on my back. That doesn't last very long because I've got weak arms. And then I'll do the sides. But sometimes I'll read, if it's a physical book, that's a lot more challenging because I'll have a preferred side of how to turn the page. Once I get over halfway, I'll then have to flip because one side of the book is heavier, so the heavier side of the book needs to be down, leaning against the bed.
Yeah.
And then if I'm laying on my stomach, it doesn't last very long because I've got a big fat belly, and it puts a lot of pressure on my organs, and so I get like a bit winded laying on my big fat belly, so I have to turn over again.
For me,
I'm usually sweaty like a hot dog as well. So it's just
for me, laying on my stomach, it's a spine thing. Like, my lower back doesn't like for me to be up on my elbows, but, like, otherwise I'm holding my head up trying to read, and it's just, trying to read in bed is not fun. It's just not fun. I don't like to do it.
Laying on my front is easier with a Kindle, because I'll prop the Kindle up, like, against the headboard, and I'll do this. And I'll read, and then when I have to do it, I have to change the page. If it's close enough, I'll lean forward and touch it with the end of my nose.
Oh, that's adorable. I love that.
Sometimes I'll do that if it's cold, and I'll just have one hand out with the Kindle. I'll do this, and I'll go like that. I'll touch it against my nose to swap pages because I don't want to get my arm cold. So I have to be a gymnast to read these days.
Right?
That's why I like a novella. It's much easier on the muscles. We've come to the conclusion now. It's not about the length of the book in terms of time. It's whether or not I can hold it for great lengths of time.
Yep.
Oh, Christ on the bike. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's why I've been reading everything.
Yeah, that's why I prefer a couch or to be sitting at my desk and have the book on my desk, because then I'm just holding myself up. I'm not holding the book up.
Which is still a task.
It's still it still gets very tiring. Sitting there reading a book. It's an endurance sport, okay?
It absolutely is. You have to be able to go for a long time, or you got to put in the hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Struggle.
Yeah.
Struggle's real. It is such a privilege to be able to do that.
It really is.
Really is.
Jeffrey's sleeping now.
Okay, everyone be quiet, please.
Yes.
The baby is sleeping.
I said his name though, so he woke up, and now he's looking at me.
Oh. Sora!
It's fine. It's fine. He went back to sleep.
Okay, phew.
I feel like I had like a long list of things that I wanted to talk about, and now that we're here, I've completely forgotten everything that I've ever done or said in my entire life.
I told you right at the beginning that was going to happen.
Yep.
I find it, like, if I have conversations on the phone with people that I haven't spoken to in a month, I'm like, oh, well, I've loads to talk about. And if I haven't done anything within the 24 hours before we spoke, I haven't done anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Making small talk.
I finally changed the jewelry in my nose for the first time ever.
That's what looks different.
Yes.
It looks cool.
Thanks.
I was like, something's changed about your face and I can't figure it out. That looks cool. I like it.
Thanks. I had that piercing for 7 years. It'll be 7 years in November since I'd had it done, and I never changed the jewelry.
Wow.
Yeah, I hadn't touched my whole nose in almost 7 years.
What the fuck?
Just because, like,
How'd you get boogers out? You telling me you've not stuck your finger up there in 7 years? I don't believe you.
No, it's just like the jewel that was sitting, you know, on the surface of my nose was, I was never able to, like, just put my finger on my nose and be touching the whole surface area.
Oh, I
like,
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All at the same time. I had to, like, very carefully navigate around the jewelry. But, like, it was as weird as I thought it was going to be. Changing the jewelry.
It?
Yeah. Like, just poking something through a hole in my nose. Like, it was fucking weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured it would be a lot more difficult than it was. I figured it would be a lot scarier than it was. Which is why I hadn't done it myself. I wanted to wait to go to a piercing parlor, like actually have a professional piercer. But I moved away from where I'd originally had it done. And I didn't want to find a new parlor. And, like, you know, I hadn't wanted to afford new jewelry for a really long time. But I was like, I could do this. It's fine. I can do it myself. So I just went ahead and I got a bunch of different types of nose piercing jewelry things, and now I'm experimenting. It's fun.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks.
It's really weird because I've only got my earlobes pierced, and I was never going to do it, but I did it to, like, make myself feel more girly, I suppose. And the first time that I changed them, I was like, there are holes in my ears. They go all the way through. I was like, oh, this is gross. And now I'm like, whatever. But it, like, the first couple of times, it feels so wrong. It doesn't feel okay.
Yeah.
That you're shoving something in a manufactured hole.
Yeah.
But now I get it. It's it'll get easier.
Yeah.
For sure.
And less weird.
Oh yeah, it will still be weird for a little bit, but it'll be less weird.
Yeah. It's weird that it's still weird after 7 years, you know?
But you've not done the action.
I've not done it yet, yeah.
It doesn't count.
Yeah. I haven't had
Those
the practice.
are a write-off, yeah.
Yeah.
If Diet Coke want to sponsor this video, then they can. I've given you plenty of airtime for free. I saw somebody refer to them as fridge cigarettes, and I will never let that go. That is so funny to me.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yes, they are.
But they're like the Marlboro Lights, the fridge Marlboro Light. Whoa. English, please. Yeah. They're not just any brand of cigarettes. They are particularly Marlboro Lights or Ultralights.
Which were my cigarette of choice back in the day.
Really?
So.
That's...
Well, okay. But I started off with Marlboro Reds because apparently I'm mental. And so that's like the full sugar Coke. And then I kept getting, like, chest infections, and I was like, it must just mean that I need the diet ones. And then I switched to Marlboro Gold, which are Marlboro Lights here, I think. And then I stopped. Cool story, bro.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have the occasional one, but I'm not like, oh, then I'm going to start again. I just, like, have a couple, and then it's cool. But I wish they weren't bad for you.
Same.
Oh, they're so delicious. So it's annoying. Especially when it's like, when you're having a coffee first thing in the morning. Sometimes I'll sit outside while the dog has a piss, and I just think, just a little cigarette. Be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Little cigarette for breakfast. Don't do that, by the way.
Yeah,
They're really terrible for you, but God, are they nice. After all this time, I really thought I was going to be disgusted by them, but
I don't think that ever goes away, you know? Like, it never goes back to being gross.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. You'd think that at a certain point it would, but no.
The only time that it's gross is if you have a few drinks and you think, I'm just going to have a couple, and then you're like, right, that's the only time I'm doing it, and then you polish off most of the pack in a night, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, the only time it's disgusting, and
Yeah.
then you forget about that the next time you see a pack, and you're like, oh god, I just have another one. Oh, it's terrible. I'm like that with Diet Cokes. I wake up craving a Diet Coke, which is terrible.
Wow. I can't do diet soda. It tastes. I don't know what it tastes like, but it's gross.
I hate sugary soda.
That's good. That's good. That much sugar is not good for you. Yeah.
What are we even doing?
I don't
here?
know. I don't know. I've basically quit soda.
Advert for Diet Coke and cigarettes now. Oh dear. Anyway, bloody hell. I started working on a different book.
You did. Tell me about it.
So I've betrayed Blackout because I got to.
No. It's not a betrayal.
I feel dirty even talking about
Okay.
it. So it's a book. So my dad had a dream, and he was like, "That's got to be a book." So he told me this dream, and we worked it out, and I wrote it down. We got the skeleton done when I was in England in March.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
So I've been working on that book.
Nice.
It's called Boys Will Be Boys.
I remember that.
I'm gonna keep it like that, I think. I'm imagining like an 80s sort of film cover. I think it's set in the 80s. I spent a really obscene amount of time while I was sick last week googling hiking trails, and then looking at them on Google Maps in different areas of the States, and then trying to figure out what they look like in the 80s. And then I decided I can just pretend like this place exists, but it doesn't have to exist. So I made up the place. They're not real places. I don't know why people don't do that more often. Fuck doing all the research. What if I just say that it exists? It's fiction. It doesn't fucking matter. 8 hours I wasted.
Well, I mean, like, I can appreciate that kind of hyperrealism, and I do enjoy it. And I'm reminded of the Da Vinci Code. I watched like the masterclass of the author talking about his research into the Louvre, and it's like, you know, if you're gonna set something in a really iconic place, especially if it's like a building, you definitely want to know what you're talking about. But yeah, if you just want to do some realistic fiction and you're not interested in learning what the hiking trail in some state looked like in the 80s, then yeah, just go for it. Invent your own crap. That's your prerogative. But I do understand the appeal of both of the things, both approaches.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think because trying to make things real in Blackout when everything was so not real, I found that hindered me quite a lot.
Okay.
Because Blackout is like all the events in it, practically all the events are impossible in this world. But I was so anal about making sure that I give the road names the correct names and how long they were and how long it would take to walk down them, that I've got maps where I've like got the bird's eye view and I've drawn the route that the person's going down, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, so what could happen in that period of time. I feel like it hindered me so much. I'm like, okay, so this other one, there's like thing that happens at a period of time, and then something as a knock-on effect happens 8 years down the line, and then I've got to think about what happened a decade later. And so much was different between the 80s and the 90s, technologically, environmentally. I thought, I'm just going to make it up. There are things that date it, like, you know, what people are wearing and things like that. And, like, the cars they're driving and whether or not they have mobile phones. But, yeah, it's definitely helped. It helped me realise that I didn't want to be super realistic with that.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if your hyperrealism is hindering your drafting process, then yeah, save it for later. because you can always come back and futz with the details. But
Exactly.
like, for the sake of getting it on the page, just plan to fix it later.
Yeah.
I've done that with a short story once. I got really hung up on what intersection am I going to mention in this sentence, in this one paragraph, in this 2-page short story. And I spent, like, I don't know, an hour looking at maps of, like, downtown Dallas. And I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll just choose 2 streets and I will fix it later if somebody says something about it. Nobody said anything about it. So, yeah, it's the important thing is making the first draft exist. If there's something getting in the way of that, fuck that thing. Do it later.
Yeah, I'm definitely learning a lot through doing it, and I mean, I'm not forgetting about Blackout. I just had a bit of a hair up my arse about this other one, because I was like, oh, I'm in the mood to do, something a bit more violent or whatever. It's a little bit violent at the beginning. Yeah, so that was fun.
Cool. Yeah, and I mean, you were just saying recently, several episodes ago, that it's sometimes it helps to have multiple projects going at the same time, because when you're not feeling one, you can work on the other.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Maybe working on this project will help you get excited about Blackout again. And if not, you're still working on this project. So it's all good.
Yeah, I need to be doing something, because I feel like, and I'm sure I've said this before, I feel a bit like a fraud sometimes, because I haven't published anything of note.
Oh my god, same.
And I'm over here being like, indie books.
Yeah.
I haven't done one, but these people have. It doesn't feel right. It feels like there's something missing to the validity of what I have to say. And why should anybody trust my opinion if I haven't produced anything that's that good or that there's any point to?
Yeah.
Like, I've got my first few cab stories, but it's mostly autobiographical, and that doesn't really count in the realm that I'm trying to work in.
Yeah.
It just I'm caught between a rock and a hard place, because I'm like, I have to, all these things are like half done and I have to finish them, otherwise this whole thing is a pile of shit. In terms of like the website's not finished. I'm still working on that every day, and I don't know, I just feel like a fraud at the moment.
I completely understand where you're coming from. I personally don't feel as though I have any credibility because I have not self-published. And, I don't really know what I'm talking about. But I think the neat thing about what you're doing right now and what we're doing right now is that we are... we're talking about the learning process. We're going on the journey together. And, right? And we're learning as we go, and we're being honest and transparent about the process. And just because we haven't published yet does not mean that we're not doing the thing, and does not mean that we don't have credibility. You don't have to be an authority on books to have an opinion on them. And everybody knows what they think is good. And where the fuck am I going with that? I have no fucking idea. My point is that I totally get that feeling, and it's a valid feeling to have. But it's also worth looking at it from the opposite perspective of, we're being authentic, we're being humble, we're approaching this thing from a let's look at the process and make it a learning experience for everybody sort of end of things.
Yeah.
Oh my god, please shut me up. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No,
Ugh.
I get where you're coming from,
Okay.
and you're right, and it's not, I'm not discounting what we're doing. at all. It's just one of those things where, especially like having forced time off, being sick, is that you can't help but think about all the things that you should be doing, could be doing, would be doing if you didn't feel shit. And stepping away from it, I think also being asked to do a quote for a cover, very grateful to do it. I just run a website and have a podcast. I don't know what I'm doing. I want it to be important, but I still don't feel like it is enough yet. And I don't know. I just feel. I'm not going to call it imposter syndrome because I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. I just feel like I'm not there yet. It's still early days. Like there are people who've been writing for like 15 years, and you know they're still learning. And I'm not pretending like I'm ever going to be, some expert in anything other than pissing about. But yeah, it's a funny headspace to be in because I'm not in a bad mood. I'm not upset. I'm not depressed about it. I'm just like, I need to start doing this thing. Otherwise, if we get 5 years down the line and I'm still talking about not having done it, it's fine if all I'm doing is writing the book. But I'm also trying to tell people that my opinion matters for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm recommending books every month. I'm sending out newsletter. I mean, the newsletter's been a little bit quiet for the past 6 months. We'll forget about that. But like, I'm trying to inform and advise people in some way. Like, read this person's books. What the fuck? What the fuck does what I have to say even matter?
Well, you read books and you like books.
I know, but I'll read anything. And I support people whose books I don't necessarily love every page of, but I care about them as a person, and I want people to at least see them. I think, I don't know. I'm getting a little bit weird, but yeah, it's just a weird headspace at the moment because it's not bad. I'm not suffering, or I'm not a tortured artist or anything like that. I just think, right, something needs to happen. I need to do something because I'm just dragging my heels because of that inevitable possibility that it's going to be shit, and then I'm going to be found out because I'm a shit writer. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's horrible.
I do know what you mean. I'm sure everybody knows what you mean. Except for the people who either don't care what other people think of their work, or who cannot think of themselves in terms of any kind of humility. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing those people flying around.
Yeah. Ironically, they are the most insecure of us. Yeah. Probably. But
likely.
Yeah, that's just a really universal thing among artists. Oh my god, this thing I'm doing is amazing. I'm such a, I'm a credible person and I know exactly what I'm talking about, and blah 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 blah. And then the self-critical voice of, I have no idea what I'm talking about. What the fuck am I even doing? I have no business trying to do this amazing thing. Everything I do is shit.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Got it in one. Oh dear. Anyway, it's always good to talk these things out, especially with someone who's always also trying to do the thing. And then you don't feel like you're the only person on this planet ever in history to have experienced that particular thing. And if you're listening to this and you're experiencing a similar thing, hopefully you can say experiencing better than I can. Also, it's not just you. We're all going through it. And I think I see so many, even really confident writers that have published their work, or whatever form of publishing they've gone through. And seeing them doubt themselves is fucking baffling to me, because I'm like, you've already done it and it's good and people like it, but then they'll get one bad review and it just sends them fucking spiraling. And I think, you're so good. Just because that person doesn't like it doesn't mean it's shit. I guarantee the first bad review that I get, I'm going to be a fucking catatonic mess.
Yeah.
I can't, I'm dreading it.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely dreading it.
I know exactly what my bad reviews are going to say too, and I'm really nervous about it. But
Put a little preface in there saying, if you think XYZ, don't worry, I know that already.
Exactly. I have a
Trigger
disclaimer.
warnings, the author's a bit sensitive.
Yeah. There's a disclaimer at the beginning of Interdimensional Bachelorette saying, okay, before you get started on this is a steaming pile of garbage. Let me make that absolutely clear to you right now. This is not good. So, with that understanding, you may proceed.
Sometimes you just gotta warn people.
Exactly. And I want to make sure that people know that they cannot have standards or expectations when interacting with my work.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to have a different set of standards, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Or none. I don't know. Right. You're a good writer. Shut up.
Yeah.
So, before we start winding the episode down,
okay.
Would you like to talk about what potentially might happen for the next episode, and if it doesn't end up coming to fruition, I can just cut this bit out?
No.
You don't want to talk about it? You don't know what? No what?
Yes, let's talk about what we're planning on doing.
Okay.
I was being a tit.
You were being a tit. And that's okay.
Okay.
I like the sarcasm. I was also just very confused.
Mm-hmm. That's the point. That's the joke.
Yeah, alright. Oh. God, it's like talking to a Brit. So, for the next episode of Strangers in Fiction, if all goes well, then we will be live. Showbiz. So, I'm not going to tell you who's going to be on. And we're not going to tell you the date in this episode. You'll just have to look out on social media for the updates. There might be a variance in day, but it will be 2 weeks after this episode airs, roughly. Which is very exciting.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go live and you're going to turn up and it's going to be fun. If you're listening to this, watching this, and you don't turn up, I will take it as a personal insult. And will take you off of my Christmas card list. So be that as it may. What? That's the wrong phrase! I meant to say be warned, but I said be that as it may. You could tell my book's going to be terrible. Oh.
Be that as it may.
Fucking hell. Oh. Can you take over for a second?
Sure, yeah. So stay tuned for more news about that. And, mark your calendars. You'd better show up.
Mark your calendars with the date we haven't given you. Be that as it may, it's still probably going to happen.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. There may or may not be dog sound effects. Paisley's head is spinning around like the Exorcist.
It's okay, Jeffrey. You're okay.
Oh, it's very cute. Anyway, yes. It was lovely talking to you.
Yeah.
And I look forward to our live show.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Strangers in Fiction. We hope you learned something or felt seen in some way. You book goblins, you. So, share this video, like, subscribe, do all the things, tell people about it, or not, whatever. It's completely up to you. But stay tuned for more unhinged talk about the unreal on the regular.
And that's where I'll fade in the music.